I don't think accountability is a dirty word, and it doesn't get enough attention or enough play. And I think there's a reason that the companies you're talking to, those leaders, have a little bit of a fear about pushing people on activity, even though we all know that activity leads to opportunities, which means the pipeline gets healthy, and a healthy pipeline is what leads to good results. And where my framework comes from, I stole it. Like, I take no credit from this. The guy I worked for back in the 1990s, yes, I'm that old, and then was my business partner for a few years in the early 2000s, great friend of mine named Donnie Williams. And he loved making his bonus as a vice president of sales, but he was a freedom loving guy and he hated micromanagement. And he came up with this framework. And my friends call it the RPA, results, pipeline, activity. And Jason, here's the secret. Here's how you get to asking about outbound activity without starting with activity. You start with results. And we dive deep on results. And maybe in a 10 or 15 minute accountability meeting, results are just 1 or 2 minutes. Did you make your number or not? Where do you stand on the team? If you did great, that's awesome. How'd you pull that off? If you missed your number, ooh, wow, what happened? Tell me about that. And we don't dwell there because you can't change it. The results is yesterday's news. It's history.
Yeah.
You want to stick their nose under it. You either praise them or you go, oh, what happened? And then you quickly progress into the pipeline because the pipeline's the lifeblood. That's where the business comes from. So before we get into outbound activity, because what's going to happen very quickly is if the activity isn't there, they're not going to have a healthy pipeline. And then we're going to have the permission to jump in and go, wait a second. I'm looking at your pipeline. You're not creating deals. You're not advancing deals. There's not enough in here. You don't have enough coverage. I don't think you're going to make your number for the month or the quarter. Do you? And the salesperson looks at the numbers and goes, probably not. Well, then we have the right, and I mean it this way, to go to activity and say, hey, you know what? I'm not cool with you failing. I don't think you want to fail. Your results aren't strong. Or even if they are, I'm looking at your pipeline. It's both of us would agree it's indicating you're not on track to make your numbers. Let's take a look at your activity. Grab the CRM, grab your target account list, grab your business plan, open your calendar.